welcome. Unbelievable. Michael, what is this? What is this behavior? Meet Archangel Michael. Michael Archangel. Archangel Michael is the love of my life. Look. A little update of New Year, December, January. We're already mid-January, I believe. I've been 2 weeks without technologies. In this more than 2 weeks, it's been like from 25th, 20 days. It's like 3 weeks already. Wow. I realized how good is life without social media. Like, who am I without all these desires? Who am I without all these wantings? Who am I without all these aspirations, all these goals? So when the brain slows down because you're not engaging with shorts, with advertisements that stop every 10 minutes or something, videos, you're not consuming content, your brain slows down. You have more time to process what is happening in the now. And I processed when my boundaries were stepped on, and I was capable to see more things. When I slowed down and I started understanding who I am, because I started seeing what I don't like, I started removing the things that are not aligned with me, I started loving myself more. Apart from being more authentic, I love myself more. And then I started doing the things that I like. I was able to listen to myself, what my body needs. In Netherlands, usually there's never like a clear sky. Not never, but usually there's no clear sky. So it snowed. It was all beautiful white. And the sky was like beautiful clouds in the clear sky. So it was like so pintoresque. Like a painting clouds, very beautiful. And I had this feeling like just lay down on the snow and do cloud gazing. These things, social media affects a lot, because even if you're using 1 hour a day social media, your brain, it's kicked, it's addicted on quick kicks. So you are not realizing the small things, you are not able to listen the small signs from your body that behind those small signs, there are big realizations, there are big opportunities to know who you are, to be the better version of yourself. It's important to do a detox, not just the foods, but also what you consume content-wise from your eyes. Like, our eyes take up 70-80% of all the, like, it's the main sense that we have. So it takes 70, 80, maybe even 90% of the space that the brain processes, the information that the brain processes. And it's so fast. It's like a roulette, very quick. So when we remove the social media, this roulette slows down and we start seeing what is around. This has been like my start of the year, which is, I'm so grateful to God, to Source, for giving me this chance, to me, I'm writing the Sri Yantra book right now. That's my main project that needs to be finished this month, and it's almost there. And I'm super proud of myself. It's a huge blessing to be able to, use this body as a vessel for divine to just come through. And I think I've never been so happy in my life. This writing of this book, it's not having fun because it's like a manual, it's like a guide about Sri Yantra. It's like serious things. But the moment I finish this guide manual, maybe I'm thinking, maybe I'm gonna start something more fun, like writing down the experiences I went through Sri Yantra. I had recently a question. Some person reached a state where they started seeing an eye in the Sri Yantra. So I want to first address that, and then I'm gonna give an exercise. If you got to the point where you see the vertical eye, you are very close to have a very beautiful realization. Now, this person said that this person's been 5 months stuck at that point where, you know, they just reach this eye and they nothing else, and they're stuck in that stage. Okay, so I want to address that, because the moment you are being stuck on some stage with the Sri Yantra, it means that before going any farther, there needs to be some work done. Okay, internal work, obviously, not just with the Sri Yantra. I'm not gonna tell you what's happening after the eye realization and what will give you that realization. Hints are already in this video, like I already said it. There's work that you need to do with yourself before going any farther to realization, because when you get to a big realization, which they are life-changing realizations, you get, I mean, realization, it means that you step into a new field of power. You are not gonna get that realization unless you are ready to step in that field of power and hold that power and be responsible to use that power. Okay, maybe it doesn't mean that you are not enough to get the power, so you don't get the realization. It means that maybe Sri Yantra is protecting you. Maybe you yourself, some part of yourself is still protecting you. Maybe some part of yourself is afraid of something. Maybe some part of yourself is still attached on something that it should be gone. And that's why you are stuck for so long at one step. Okay, the I realization, it's just one of hundreds realizations that you can get through Sri Yantra. If you're going for the I realization and you invested so much time and energy already here and it's stuck, I suggest trying different exercises, okay? Like, for example, in another video, I said how I grabbed a crystal. Like, experiment, do things very random. Change the script of your sessions with the Sri Yantra. Impress yourself, okay? Get absolutely crazy. Like, I don't know, turn yourself, instead of me looking at this like that, maybe I'm gonna just hang myself from the bed and I'm gonna be looking like from upside down. Like something really off script, okay? Or do a headstand, and while doing headstand, do a Sri Yantra Tratak. Or grab a crystal and start looking at the Sri Yantra Tratak through the crystal. Just change the script into something very random and start experimenting. Also, take that out from your Sri Yantra practices. Like, maybe, like, for example, I'm gonna give my example. I did one day something very random, like listen to yourself, which is easier when you drop social media and technologies and all of that. Start listening to yourself. So if one day, for example, I had this feeling that I wanted to cover a whole door with stickers and embrace my inner child and not care about the consequences, just being in the now, I just did it. And the moment I started sticking the stickers, I ended up on the floor. I had this feeling like, now lay down on the floor. And I lay down on the floor and there was a light bulb on the ceiling. And I started doing Tratak through that light bulb. And I started channeling and communicating with higher species through that light bulb. And I mean, it stopped being a light bulb. It was like a portal. But it would not have happened if I wouldn't listen to myself, or have the capability to listen to myself and trust myself to do what my inner self is asking for. Just give it a try. Don't overthink about it. And I don't know, do you want to, suddenly you are going on the streets and you want to run? Just do it. You want to go backwards? Go backwards. I know it may sound like really crazy. Maybe just go into the forest and do it there, or if you have like or just in your house, go backwards in your house and start brushing your teeth with the left hand. Like, start doing things that are off script in your life. By doing those things, the moment you come up to the Sri Yantra again, you are gonna be having more messages coming to your mind. It's gonna be communicating. One exercise that you can do with Sri Yantra. Basics, I hope no need to explain. Sri Yantra needs to be at the height of your head height. Okay, sometimes doing Sri Yantra Tratak It's gonna be different if it's tilted like this, or tilted like this, or even if you're looking at like that, from up, okay? This is again coming to the same point, like change your script. This is an exercise within trance state. Okay, it's gonna be more explained in detail among extra exercises on the book that I'm writing. But until now, I'm gonna give you here a little guide. You need to get into the trance state. In the trance state means that you are not engaging with your conscious mind, with your thoughts. Your conscious mind is put asleep in a way. So you're flowing, whatever pictures, whatever messages that it's starting to come out from here, you are very detached and just observing it, not engaging, let it pass, like it's rolling. At that moment, you may realize that this is not a 2D anymore, and the dot becomes a 3D ball. And this white triangle becomes not just a white triangle in the 2D, it becomes a space, 3D space. So what I want you to do is to start going with your willpower and start getting closer to that ball and try to go around the ball. So you are inside, like first bring yourself in the consciousness that you are inside of this white triangle, inside this space. And this ball is like floating next to you. And you are gonna try with the power of your mind to go around this ball that is floating, as if you're trying to catch up something that is constantly running away from you, okay? So you're gonna be going around this ball and see what it takes you. When you do the mapping around the ball, now pretend that we're gonna leave the ball and you're gonna go to the corner of the white triangle. Okay, you're gonna go to the corner of the white triangle and there is no ball in that corner. You're getting like that close to that corner. And you are gonna go and make a swirl there as well in that corner. So there you are practicing to make a mapping the way without any ball, without any object in there. Then you do the same with the lower corner. You go there, the ball is behind you, but you map the way of this corner. Then you map the way of the other corner. Okay, so when you are able to map the ball and swirl all around the ball, try to then practice making the ball bigger, closer to you, creating dimension in that space. And then we map it like that, bigger. And then with the power of your mind, dissolve it into a smaller size, make it smaller and map it. You are also getting smaller in that space and map that space being smaller. Okay. And then once you are done with this whole triangle, you have next triangles. All these divisions and corners and angles are chances for you to map the way with your consciousness. Every single swirl, every single mapping that you are doing with your mind, it's a journey. It's a chance for you to get to know yourself. Because whatever you encounter in those mappings, it's coming from within. And it's through Yantra putting you. So you see yourself and you analyze later on, okay, this happened because of that. Okay, I had this feeling because it comes from my inner childhood. Or I have this fear, so I was not able to continue in this step. And this is how we expand our consciousness, by mapping the way. And obviously, we not only have triangles, the mapping can become later not just individual triangles, but like a combination. For example, in your trance state, you suddenly see the drum of creation. The drum of creation, which is, this drum of creation, okay? So when this symbol comes to you in trance states and everything else sinks down and the symbol is coming out, this is an example. It can be any other type of symbol or, space, picture. Whenever something comes out, map it. You have this, this upper, you map first there, then all of it, then the lower one mapping, and then a mapping all around the space itself, like converged and not separated. The drama of creation is just one example of the mapping, whatever symbol that comes out. Like first, the exercise is the basic one that I told you. You like imagine this as a ball and you map the ball and then go around in that space. Understand as well that this space can be, the ball can be in an infinite white space. Like explore también. Explore as well the dimensions of whatever space you are in, not by just making it bigger, closer, farther, smaller, but by testing yourself. How far can you push the depth? And how far you can go with your mind. And there are also realizations there, like big realizations, the moment you start mapping infinity. And this is the video for today, of the month, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna be uploading more because I'm finishing the book. And I hope you liked it. If you have any more questions, please let me know. I'm happy to resolve, give any suggestions, advices, and divine lights your way.